And just like that, we have our next bit of story here. The energy production line I set up in the sea data subspace has begun to take shape, so I need more hands on site for on-site maintenance. The reason we came to this production area is in the external resource space today is to ask for everyone's help with maintaining the robots and factory facilities. Is everyone okay with that? Yes. No problem. Didn't think you'd build such a massive production line just for a single device. Highly impressed by your achievements, the girl slapped you right heavily on the shoulder once again. Thank you for the compliment, Shinzo. I'm only doing some real repair work on the Data Research Institute's old energy supply line. Thank you all for coming to help. Let's skip the formalities. Tell me, what's your plan? We're all yours. Am I supposed to give Shinzo orders? What else? Indeed, what orders will they give him? There's that emblem. Our last bit of story. Let's see how this thesis comes out. Poor little dream seeker never gets a break. What's wrong? Got something on your mind? Usually, when we run experiments, Shinzo tells me what to do, and I just follow her instructions. I've never coordinated everyone's task as she has. Me? Oh, you mean the Shinzo who actually knows research? Times have changed, huh? Take a look. How much do you think How much do you think I resemble her? What a surprise. You couldn't understand all these protocols, crunch all that messy data, then tell you what to do? Just think about it makes my head spin. But if I don't organize well enough, I'll not only waste everyone's efforts, but also delay the reconstruction of the Data Research Institute's old industrial production lines. Stop right there. Where did your logic go off the rails? If this institute can collapse just because of one student giving it a try and end up as the biggest failure in Oxy's history, that's not worth existing in the first place. So what are you afraid of? Your Chinese teacher already explained everything to me. I don't understand all that data, fitting or other headache-inducing jargon, but that's fine, I don't need to. She said you're an honest, pitiful kid who really needs help, and this tough job can only be handled by me, so here I am. Thank you, Shinzo. No need for that. I thought this tough job meant taking 100 different opponents. I barely finished warming up before rushing over. Turns out the toughest opponent you're facing is your own lack of competence. Yeah, that is pretty standard for her at this point. But she's getting there in the actual story. By the way, your professor made it sound pretty urgent. Don't tell me your thesis deadline is today. That's probably just her usual exaggeration when she's asking for help. She's just great at grabbing your hand, looking all pitiful and saying that you don't need help. That if you don't help, she and the student will end up living tragically unsuccessful lives. Hey, that's exactly what she told me. Wait, does that mean I got tricked? Not exactly. I really am working hard on my thesis. There's still some time before the deadline, but I'm not used to completing a portion of it as scheduled as every day. Well, I can't stop admiring people like you who plan everything so meticulously. You're actually great at this. You're perfect for coordinating everyone's work. Alright, I'll give it a try. That's more like it. She gave you a shoulder approving pat, clear satisfied with your decision. Ow. Okay then, Shinzo, you can check the transport rails. Little Layla, you verify the robot assistant's work results. I'll head to the control room and calculate the optimal scheduling plan. Does that sound good? It's not hard to deal with those annoying numbers. I'm fine with it. Don't worry, we'll get this done perfectly. Everything fell into place, running in smooth, orderly fashion. From your vantage point above, you look down at the bustling processing plant brought to life under your coordination. You didn't relax even for even a moment, because you knew all too well accidents come from carelessness, and only vigilance ensures victory. Of course, being vigilance can't prevent the unexpected. Ah, damn it! Why does the conveyor belt stop moving? Don't worry, Shinzo. Let me find the practical mechanical operation guide. Oh, here it is. That's no use. That book of yours might be thick, but if you really want to smack the machine awake, a crowbar is much more effective. Everyone stand back. Let me. Wait, Shinzo. Can we try a gentle approach first? Look, I found it. The manual says to press the green button first. Then, Lake, give me a hand. Okay. No, that didn't sound good. No response. Strange. Let's try it again. See, still not working. Let your big sis Shinzo take over. Don't worry, it's a people method I learned from a book. Yes, very peaceful. Just hit with a crowbar like an old TV. How? From a book? You watched blink as the girl who took a step forward. Then, looking incredibly devout, she spun the circle beside the conveyor belt, stroked her forehead, and after a series of incomprehensible gestures, placed her palm on the console. In the name of the Supreme Binary, glory to the machine soul. May your mighty levers forever pump, and may your precise gears never rest. I praise you I praise you, Supreme Machine Soul! What the hell was that? Oh, the conveyor belt's working, it's moving! How did you do that? What kind of book would teach you a repair method like that? It's a book sold at the Antique Ink. It's also recorded in the comic Mechanized. A comic? I guess that your series of action gave you the machine ample time to cool down, and you touching the machine's surface happened to discharge it with static electricity, allowing the conveyor belt to run again. Here's something I don't understand again. Anyway, since my method fixed the machine, from now on, all you need to do is the exact same steps from start to finish every time you start the conveyor belt. Got it? Huh? What's on? Don't you researchers always say a successful research procedure should be replicated exactly as it is, even if you don't know why it worked? Alright then. Then demonstrate for me right now. Spare me, Shinzue. Just kidding. Now that everything's back to normal, let's get back to handling the factory matters. Oh, now I believe it. You really are model fitted using Shinzue's dataset, because you both love seeing my helpless expression. Don't they really like seeing your helpless expression? Alright, I guess I really do. I mean, dream seekers just so cute when they're flustered. How could you not want to just make it happen more often? The maintenance work was done for now. The free-spirited girl sat with you in open space outside the factory, resting. In her words, don't spend all day thinking about work and study. Spacing out and doing absolutely nothing is living your life. Alright. Don't just say yes, you gotta do it. Where's Lei? She's still in the factory. She's very interested in the mass-produced robots working on the production line and told me she wants to study them. That child really is like you. Earnest and studious. Composed and clever. Capable of sitting quietly in a corner for hours without moving an inch. We may be both fitted models, but the big sis Shinzue you speak of and I are complete opposites. Why do you say that? Don't you think so? I simply can't imagine myself being stuck in a boring lab, slaving away over thousands of incomprehensible data points, and grappling with strings of equations taller than I am. Even though she's great at research, it's not all that there is to her. She loves buying fashion magazines and knows the best outdoor places for the rock climbing and camping. Even if there's only an hour of break time, she'll drive me out for a walk, just like you. Huh, really? Yeah, I was just thinking that if Shinzue were just a student, she'd probably wear a unique, pretty school uniform, just like you, disregard the rules, and act on her ideas fearlessly. Perhaps that's why I've always subconsciously called you her sister. Oh, so she's also the straightforward and action-oriented type. Sounds like we get along. If anything, it's testament to how strong execution and judgment. Every time Shinzue helps cover pressing Youyun to work at the institute, she quickly puts forward ideas, then assigns them tasks based on everyone's strength and interests, keeping the experiments running efficiently. I really admire that about her. I'd only be so impressed. You could do just as well, you know. Otherwise, why would your short predecessor and Shinzue feel comfortable leaving you in charge of such a large production area? Thank you, Shinzue. Why a sudden look of thank you again? Anyway, you need to have more faith in yourself. Just look at me, Uh-oh. That's Lei voice. Let's go. Uh-oh. We rushed back to the factory, only to find that the robots who were supposed to be working on it had lost control and were charging toward the girl. Uh-oh. Damon, what's going on? Shinji, get the EMP from behind the console and intercept the robots. Lei, quick, hide them under the shelves. I'll cover you. Okay. This worm has gone on long enough. I've been itching for a fight. Come on at me all at once. Lei jumped up, vaulted over the conveyor belt, grabbed the crowbar, and knocked the robot blocking path flying. Oh, thanks. Piece of cake. Hurry up and find Lei. I'm the girl's powerful cover. You successfully broke through the chaotic robots, dived in on her shelf, scooped up the girl in the arms, and ran toward the main control room. Then you used the central control panel to force an emergency shutdown. The robots who were chasing her had finally stopped in place, motionless. We did it! We really did it! Lei, are you okay? I'm fine. Thank you all for saving me. I'm really glad you're okay, but why did the robots suddenly lose control like that? I don't know why it turned out like this. They suddenly left their positions and kept chasing me. Yeah, it's okay now. You did well. I'm sorry. I made a mess of the factory. You pulled the frightened child into your arms to comfort her, telling her that as long as you're here, no one could get hurt. I know you should apologize. Maybe the fitted models and robots' signal reception threatened interfering with each other, causing this to happen. I'm sorry, Lei. I shouldn't have exposed you to danger. Even if the factory gets messed up, we can always restore it, right? Exactly, both of you. Stop pausing to each other. Lei, you did a great job calling for help the moment you know something was amiss. And you did a fantastic job swiftly assessing the situation, putting everyone to work. Thank you, Shinzue. What I praise you, just accept it and don't thank me over and over, understood? She swung her hand out and landed heavily on her shoulder again. Seeing you prepared to dodge quick with agility, she immediately pivoted into a high five. Well, I really learned my lesson, Shinzue. Then let's restore the factory to its original state, otherwise her thesis might be affected. Quickly to be able to task. Alright, Lei, you type the control room. Chinjue, you help restore the transmission system. I'll go just the parameters of our robot partners. Let's do our best, everyone. Pleasant afternoon made time fly by. For long you finish your work at the production base and return to your apartment to rest. The girl stretched, took 3 cans of Aha Cola from the fridge and handed them to you. Thank you. Ah, don't be so polite. You bought these cola. Wait, there's still one more chocolate in the fridge. You want some? I want some. I'll get chocolate so we can all share. How generous of you. I don't even know how to thank you. Oh, how about I help you with your research topic? Oh, really? Of course, I don't mean headache-inducing stuff like calculations and analysis, but helping you record a data entry every now and then, that I can certainly handle. I want to help too. Alright, since everyone is showing such enthusiasm, I'll get to the chocolate first. Then we can get to work. The factory saved once again. Pulling all-nighters for papers was purely common for you. Working together in perfect sync made you lose track of time, until you both drifted off into a deep sleep. Good morning, little sleepyheads. You slept so soundly. Chinjue? Oh, quiet. The sun's not even up yet. Let me sleep a little longer. Oh, looks like everyone's went hard last night. And finally in the same room with each other. I didn't realize how much she had grown in difference from then. Chinjue, I hear ya. I'll go work the data now. You immediately open your eyes and sat upright on the sofa, pushing aside the draft papers, covering you in the uninhabited arm of the straightforward girl, while not forgetting to tuck the blanket back around Leia at your side. It's the Chinjue that you mentioned, a more mature and reliable Chinjue. Then you must be the even tinier and cuter her. What's your name? She only rustled the girl's sleek toss of hair, and leaned down with a soft smile, embarrassed to cover her flustered face with a blanket, leaving only her big eyes peeking out. Oh, that sounds adorable. I'm Lei. Hi, Sister Chinjue. Hello, Lei. You're very cute. Of course, she's really cute as well. As for this low Chinjue, who modeled after me. She looked at the outspoken girl up and down, her gaze moving from her carelessly worn jacket to the customized school uniform, finally settling on the hands still resting on you. Yeah, what are you trying to say? As expected, red really suits someone as vibrant and youthful as radiant as me. As it happens, I have a pair of earrings that will go perfectly with the outfit of yours, and give them to you. Oh, do you also think this outfit looks good on me? It is a great outfit. I love the ripped apart look it has. Very wild and cool. I often wonder if I were to put on those cheerleader uniforms popular among students and pair with the small accessories of my own design, wouldn't everyone at the institute be so stunned they'd forget about their work? I certainly would be one to vote for wanting to see that. You actually want to wear a cheerleader uniform? You're planning to modify yourself? Of course, if the opportunity arises, would you like to visit the Data Research Institute with me? I guarantee everyone's reaction to seeing me like this will be highly entertaining. Of course, speaking of which, when she first saw me yesterday, she mistook me for you. She was so stunned that she couldn't even form a sentence. I wish you could have seen the look on your face. Oh, I'm not that surprised either. You totally were, even though she was startled by Chinjue looking like this. We worked together rather smoothly afterwards, right? Is that so? Could it be that she prefers the youthful and boisterous Chinjue? Oh, so she prefers the straightforward type, huh? But she's kept telling me how much she admires you, saying you're not only brilliant at research, but also have a great sense of fashion, and, what else was it? Considering the Dream Seeker's fascination with Senadina, I think it's pretty obvious which sort of personality type she is more in line to liking. Stop hemming and hawing. You had a whole string of compliments for her. I couldn't keep track. I'm sure you really admire her. She really admires you, Chinjue. Oh, thank you. One Chinjue is already a handful, and the other's another one. I'm saying I don't mean anything by it. What's the matter? The three of us made such a wonderful team yesterday. Now that you're Chinjue and expert researchers here, you might be able to finish your paper even faster. Is that so? Let me see the fruits of your labor. The mature and composed researcher gently picked up the data sheet, but the smile on her face gradually turned solemn. What's that expression all of a sudden? Is there a problem with the data I recorded? Of course you knew what the problem was. The data recorded by that straightforward girl was jumbled among the countless cryptic symbols, leaving me completely baffled. I'm the one who asked for her to record data. If there are any problems, I can read and optimize it. Optimization? No, it's clear. It's clearly a concise and clear data log. Well, I guess since it is her, she would know her own tricks and writing habits. Huh? Is your shorthand inspired by the book A brush slash? The protagonist uses various symbols and colors to classify color patches of different weights in their positions, and I never expected you to apply such a method to your experiments. Oh, you actually know like that comic? Wait, you actually read comics? Naturally, I haven't played my favorite comic when running on the treadmill. You have a real talent for research. Care to join the Data Research Institute and do something beyond just recording data? What? You're principled and brilliant, always eager to help. You're loyal, responsible, and never short of fascinating ideas. You're perfectly suited for research. Everyone in the institute would be welcome to you, especially Professor Youyun. I'm not as good as you say. Oh, absolutely. So even Shinzue can't handle Shinzue. No, just think about research giving me a headache. Why don't you let her handle it all? Huh? Me? Exactly, that means you. I'm a data model and freely need to return a device to recharge. It's probably reasonable for me to get a headache just thinking about running calculations and writing programs, right? Besides, she did a splendid job coordinating things with the factory. She has real potential. That does make a lot of sense. Of course it makes sense, perfect sense. She just loves to play with students sitting behind you and Youyun. You need to give her even more opportunities to stand on her own. She surely won't let you everyone down. Indeed, she is perfectly capable of taking charge of the project independently, but sometimes she just lacks confidence. She's used to standing behind the professor and being a diligent student who gets things done rather than taking responsibility. I'll ask the professor to assign her a few more solo projects later. Wait, after going back and forth, how did another new job get dumped on me? That's price for confidence. Well then, since all the future tasks are in good hands, and if you from making me crunch numbers or write code again, I think you'll have an device to recharge my energy. Remember our deal. Absolutely no one is to disturb me in the meantime. Well then, everyone, see you later. See you later, Shinzue. Straightforward girl waved at you and returned to the device, ready to complete enter hibernation and recharge. Shinzue, you're not about to assign me a new topic and expect me to take up the charge right away, are you? Why would I? That's good. I haven't finished with the paper yet. I need to wait for Professor Youyun's arrangements. What if she has other matters she wants to entrust you with at the same time? Professor Youyun just sent a text. What's wrong, Shinzue? She told us to hurry to the anchor of the apocalypse. Oh, the anchor? What could we have to be doing at the anchor here? An event. I do wonder though, like, will we be keeping these little data model copies forever? Or will they eventually have to go back for good? Wasn't that something we were sort of thinking about earlier? Together you push open the door and head toward the anchor of apocalypse. The glass as you drew closer, waves of immense energy washed over you. What happened? What is such extraordinary energy? It's indeed rather strange. Professor stopped replying to my messages as well. Unfortunately, it's early morning, so people are out and about. Lei, let's stay close to me. Okay. Look, is that Professor Youyun? Seeing Professor slumped weak in the corner and motionless, you quickly ran toward her. Professor Youyun! Oh, you came here. The professor rarely raised her arm towards you. You hurried to her side to check on her condition. Professor, how are you feeling? There was still some promising project in the Research Institute. I'm leaving all them to you. About the oppression lines and state data subspace. Everything that follows will be your responsibility. Professor, stop talking and save your stamina. I'll take you to Dr. Ludi. You have to promise me first. I promise you, I'll finish these tasks perfectly. Professor Youyun, don't worry. I honestly won't let you down. I promise. Cough. Good. You are indeed a good student. Shinzue, and you, come here. From now on, all matters of the Institute will be... Professor, next time you need to move the mobile shuttle jamming tower, you can just ask everyone for help. You don't need to do it all by yourself until you're out of breath, and slept in the corner unable to move because your legs went numb. Shinzue, the touching atmosphere I had created is completely ruined. It's all your fault. Help, Professor Youyun, you didn't? Let's put the greeting of the professor aside for now. I know you're taking on what I told you about. Now let's discuss the current situation. Are you referring to the fluctuating energy data, Professor? Yes, according to my calculations, the surge of data energy exceeding the model's threshold is about to appear here. That should be one of the fitted models created by the device. That's why the professor specifically set up the data signal jamming tower in the vicinity, confirming that special fitted model to this area, so she couldn't affect the others inside the building. By my estimate, she shouldn't have too much of an impact, but it never hurts to be cautious. Bring it on, I'm already curious about what she looks like. Her? Oh, I wonder who it could be. Powerful surge of energy emanating from the top of the dome, compelling you to look up. Ah, here we are. Back where it started. Just a little break in reality, bleeding rainbow colors. Using the same scene and all that stuff for a little event. Hello, edgy Layla. Everything returned to how it was in the beginning. The girl with your face, a model fitted to your data created by the device, was suspended high in the dome. Her hollow eyes seemed to reveal that she just had a blurred dream, yet she awoke clinging tightly to those blurred memories, unwilling to let go. Handing over that device is the only thing you should do. You don't write papers, so what do you need the device for? If you want to enter data hibernation and recharge your energy, I can help you. Help? Do you think I'm like those pathetic data models, easily brought off by and ordered around like with some paltry amount of energy? The device used an endlessly long cycle to grant me extraordinary powers, yet never told me. What like is this thing I so desperately seek? Why does it feel so important to me? I must push the device to the maximum power until I can reclaim my light within this dream, a trap as empty as a shadow. No, don't do. Doing that will crash the device completely. If it's destroyed, not only will you, but the data models will lose the means to replenish energy and will just disappear. So what if we face annihilation and cease to exist? We're merely data models. Even you, my data set, are nothing but a lonely, pathetic loser, trapped by tedious papers and drowning in a mundane life. No, even if she often struggles with research and writing papers, like say behind me and Shinzua, is too afraid to step forward alone, and it makes us worry. There's no need to give such detailed example at a time like this, Person Youyun. She's by no means a failure either. I've always believed she has a future full of possibilities, and will eventually stand on its own. Professor, even if she can stand on her own in the future, as a professor and friends, we'll always stay by her side and walk alongside her. Enough of this. Powerful tornado data suddenly erupted from the girl's outstretched hand, cascading down like a heavy waterfall and rushing towards you. The sound is piercing my ears. Why is she suddenly upset? Honestly, with an entry like that, it'd be strange if I didn't take the chance to test myself. Is everybody alright? I think the Person Youyun signal jammer worked. My ears hurt a little bit, though. Hey, Lei, how are you feeling? I'm fine. Why can't I hear the piercing noise everyone's talking about? Not everything needs to be equal. Just because I have doesn't mean you need it to. Fit models can transfer data through energy recharge, exchange, but they can't influence each other. I see, but what should we do now? She's so high up, we can't get any closer. In fact, we're being disrupted by her data energy. Looked at the girl high above while you pondered. A familiar voice came from behind you. Since it's hard for humans to approach data energy fluctuations, let's have data models solve the problem. Uh-oh. Well, we are all dream seekers who will never give up ourselves. Quietly. Well, now it's time for the expert to make a grand entrance. It's this heroic moment of oneself, saving oneself. The babies have come to rescue us all. Avengers have assembled. We are all dream seekers who will never give up on ourselves. Let's get the entrance and go straight to solving the problem. We can actively drain her excess energy through data exchange until she's no different from the other data models. But it means you also have to spend your own energy. If a failing device falls in your hands, we'll lose the only way to recharge and might never wake up again. Then all we can do is succeed. With our cute looks, our courageous resolve, and perfect plans, we dream seekers can do anything. Don't worry, I made precise calculations. I'm perfectly confident this time. Alright, let's charge! Oh boy. Oh shit, they're running fast! Yeah, I fully expected that. Did we make it? Unfortunately... Damn it, I was so close. Energy depleted. Once I get back into the device, I'll practice my aim and strive for 0 misses. This time, I have to say goodbye to you for now. No, the babies! No, look, our plan worked. Reggie's been weakened. So these are your memories carried by those dream seekers? Oh, we got the outfit now. How's it? Good job, Coralie. You're with us in spirit. Student of Youyun, director of the Oxy Data Research Institute. Since starting, she has published 5 papers and independently led 2 research projects. The first thing you do after getting memories is to generate my research achievements? Achievements? Not a single one of these papers has reached the level of changing the world and leaving with you with no regrets in life. You really are content with mediocrity and completely lack self-ambition. I thought the data loaded into those fitting models would help me see clearly what exactly I was pursuing. In the end, there's only your mediocre life. Every day you leave your cramped second floor apartment. Right? That place is not cramped at all. That place is massive. That for an apartment like that is absolutely massive. I'd love to live in a place like that on my own. Ride the escalators in and out of the subway like a factory assembly line, and ride the busy Data Research Institute, working desperately on experiments just to have some time to yourself on your rare days off. Yet when your days off finally arrive, you either sleep on the day away, and days or at least be dictated by your health and plan of your own making. My data set. Do you really consider such a dull and mundane life to be pursuit of you take pride in? I've never considered this life dull or mundane, because you only see the results without experiencing anything. You can't understand how I truly feel. I know that as a model for my data set, you're the side of me that I feel frustrated, distressed, and at a loss when facing failure. The side that feels bewildered, trapped, and at fault when facing the weirdness of life. But my life cannot be summed up in a few words, just at the abstract and conclusion of a thesis, or even the components from seniors cannot capture the pain, joy, and progress I felt when completing that paper. Papers, and more papers. Is that really all you desire, my data set? However, you actually gave me a new idea. Since I'm constantly into our data to find what I've always been researching for, why don't I start directly with the most complete and reliable data set, which is you? Well, I have a few ideas too. If you, a fitted model, take one more step forward, I wouldn't mind completely destroying the device and finding another way to help the models in her thesis. Chunja, as clearly your proposal approved, since pulse energy exchanges can effectively drain her power, I can think of at least 100 methods right now. Oh, powerful data energy poured from the girl's hands, blinding the senior standing in front of you. It's too late. She walked towards you step by step. Let go, Professor Shinja of the Data Research Institute. Now tell me, the dream that guides your life, the thing that I cannot retrieve from the data records, what exactly is it? My dream is to live as I do now. What? If I said my dream was to conduct groundbreaking research, considering the gap between me and Professor Shinja, that would be a beautiful vision for now. If I said I was to save the world, that sounds more like a story for another universe. But I like my life. Even if it's ordinary, peaceful, and uneventful, you might even call it dull and mundane. I still consider those insignificant moments to be the true meaning of life. Fool of yourself beyond saving. A blinding beam of light swept towards you, immobilizing you. No, wait. Big sister, feelings lost. If you want the memory data, I can give it to you. The light gradually faded, and powerful data turbulence slowly subsided. You felt the girl come to stand in front of you. Just as she said, you only saw the results of events, but you couldn't take part in the process or understand positive feelings, so you can't find the answer. She and I have spent a dreamlike time together and shared many unforgettable feelings, so I want you to give you my data. Perhaps this way you'll be able to understand the answer that belonged to her. A juvenile dull, sullen tactic. However, I don't mind absorbing more data and acquiring your memories. Lei! Your eyes gradually recovered from the blinding light, and trance you saw her turn around and look at you with a smile. Just like when you first met. No. Sorry, even though I promised to read comics with you, it seems we won't get the chance for a while. But between you and me, I got curious and peeked at the ending of the glorious night. Hey, what are you trying to do? Oh, she wants to spoil it for you. It does seem that way. At the end of the story, the girl who wanted to become the glorious knight finally defeated her powerful opponent and realized her dream. But after the brief moment of joy, she found herself at a loss. One opponent followed after another, but what came after the final opponent, she didn't know. She realized that in her pursuit of victory, she had neglected her family and friends, and lost time to experience life. The warmth, companionship, and support she had hoped to earn through a knight's honor had actually been hers all along. I think you'll achieve your ideals just like the glorious knight, but you'll never overlook the beauty around you, because you're kind and gentle, honest and smart, especially brave and strong, just like Lei. Yeah, because I'm a part of you. So So this is the big... and so this is big... And so is this big sister feeling lost? So I want to give her my memories. This isn't just to neutralize her energy, but because I want to tell her, just like you once told everyone lost version of yourself. It's these ordinary, small, aimless moments of beauty that have allowed you to defeat enemies as formidable as a thesis time and again, without ever losing sight of the warmth in life. There has to be another way, Lei, but I don't want you to get hurt, not even a little bit, because I like watching children's movies, reading clawing machines, and petting a cat's soft fur with you. Even just sitting in a corner of the terrace building and doing nothing is great, really. So you need to believe in me, and believe in yourself. Believe that when Dreamseeker's data model can help another model see Dreamseeker's pursuits, and also believe that I'll keep the device safe so you can wake up from hibernation to watch movies, pet cats, and write papers, and play at the arcade with me again. I just need to write papers in there, but I promise you. Lei! No! Jill picked up the comic book from the ground. Motes of light soft and bright as stardust swirled around you, gently brushing against your cheeks. It tickled like a beam of sunlight, cradling the fluffy head of a cat's ear. Rest well, Lei. I'll bring you back. Specks of light danced joyfully to behind you. Following the direction of the light, you saw an incredibly familiar face. Oh, almost there. She saw the sun rise from the soft white clouds, its rays pouring through the bright and clear glass of the Anatera's building to awaken the hustle and bustle of the day. She saw a banana boat bringing up the berries like a tiny canoe, a vast sea of books in the library waiting for her to peruse, and someone gazing at her earnestly in the hope that she would love whatever they loved. She saw children running happily in the arcade, a cafe exuding fragrant aromas, and someone gently placing a soft cat in her arms. Then in the cat's eyes, she saw herself. Me? While the girl calmly revisited her memories, your seniors had safely broken free from the data energy's control and immediately rushed to your side. Your energy level returned to normal. Are you okay? Are you hurt? I'm fine, Shinzo. Looking at her now, Lei did what she wanted to do. Now it's my turn. Look at the way she is now. For the first time, I'm getting the urge to give this cute girl cute face and attitude adjustment. Doing some so lost, negative, and some calls for some forceful measures. She rolled up her sleeves and prepared to call drone to deliver the energy exchange equivalent, but I felt a hand lightly pat her shoulder. Professor, please wait. Since you have entrusted all device-related experience to her, could you also assign the topic of handling a fitted model that's out of control to her alone this time? Teacher looked at the fitted model, which had already lost its excess energy, and let out a soft hum. After selecting the risk of action, she gave her tactic approval, free to step forward. Meanwhile, the calm girl gently pressed a hand to her chest, as if feeling a non-existent yet incredibly real heartbeat. But now we got two of them. Meeting your gaze from this perspective is an entirely different experience. I imagine you feel the same way. It's like looking in a mirror, right? But a mirror couldn't reflect a person's inner thoughts. Your appearance changed by energy dissipation didn't prove anything either. I understand. This appearance simply stems from a child's wish. She hoped that she could become someone as gentle and reliable as you. Lei, but you're not her. You only received her memory data. Yes, although I have her feelings, memories, model, and moods, I am indeed not her. However, after a period of data dormancy inside the instrument, she'll soon return to you. What? You look at the girl before you, identical to yourself. The hollow sense of loss that once filled your eyes has gradually replaced that hope and calm. You suddenly remember the child who handed you the comic book. She had gazed at you admiringly and firmly. Don't you want that instrument anymore? In terms of data dormancy, I am just like the other fitted models. I still need to return to the device regularly to recharge, just like a robot heading back to the base station to hibernate. But that's where my desire for that instrument ends. Let's change the subject. I think I've already found what I truly desire. Just like the final scene of The Glorious Night, where the girl returns to the village of her birth, protects everyone, and lives a happy life of drinking apple juice and chatting with friends. I thought you liked an ending like this, and I finally coming to understand why you like it. Thanks to that child, I now fully understand all her feelings and thoughts. Because she suddenly found herself in an entirely alien world, she was nearly consumed by unease and anxiety, just like me, right? I heard that sailors lost when When lost in unfamiliar waters, would instinctively look up to the sun, their only familiar sight, for comfort, and when she looks up, she saw you. She remembers the aroma of waffles and the banana boat. She remembers the soft touch of the petting a kitten for the first time. With a tiny life in her palm of her hand, she was like a little afraid yet a little thrilled. But ultimately, she leaned back to stroke the affectionately, like you did. She learned to enjoy game regardless of the outcome. Began to yearn like you, to become someone, and discovered for the first time what allowed which lay to defeat the monster was not magic, but the friends who loved her. The calm girl couldn't help but smile, as if she too had shared a beautiful dream with you, just like Lei. She remembers your well-meaning but clumsy lies, your constant yawning while watching children's movies, and when you couldn't get an introvert to work, your sudden irritation of Youyun, shouting about you being invincible and how you could never yield to a measly paper. Wow, you really can do all that. Can you do that again in front of me? Please make sure to capture my flair. Please prepare that press Youyun. I had so many great times with Lei. There must be other memories worth mentioning, right? Mm-hmm. You picked out the coolest doll for Shinzue, but hesitated endlessly over the message card. You wrote to Shinzue, who I admire many times and only cross out in embarrassment, and trying to change it to my best Shinzue. I thank you for your concern. You're welcome, Shinzue, but these are supposed to be Lei's memories. Why are they all about me? Because this is the feeling Lei wanted to convey to me. And though the memories she entrusted to me, I was able to see every side of you, and its beautiful dream once again. She closed her eyes, letting her thoughts wander through her memories. You in our apartment late at night, desperately poring over papers with everyone, suddenly feeling overjoyed as a flash of inspiration struck you. You in the arcade, whose air was heavy with sweet popcorn and drinks, gently lifting up a child and winning the prize from the basketball cabinet with her, and happily high-fiving her. You sitting quietly in the corner of the building, opening a can of soda to melodious music, thinking about nothing at all. And of course, the you who always stepped forward to cool-headedly make a decision whenever things become difficult. Through Lei's eyes, I finally saw the answer I'd been searching for all along. It's the only answer, and it's also the answer you told me from the very beginning. Grand pursuits are nothing special, and life never needs a goal. A life of saving the world and defeating powerful enemies is good. A life of tirelessly working on papers is good. And life of doing nothing and thinking about nothing is good too. I'm glad I got to experience all this firsthand before I mess everything up. She smiled as she looked at the Anna building, waking up in the morning light. As the misty stream of rising from the oven at Sweet Tooth, and the cast of antique ink letting out lazy meows. Everything was bathed in radiant hope. Absolutely everything, was incomparably brilliant. I want to say sorry to them because of my confusion and stubbornness, forced them to temporarily return to the device. As I thought, a terrible fitted model like me is nothing like the original you. But being lost and stubborn is also part of me too, isn't it? Life isn't always beautiful and peaceful. There will always be moments of confusion and hardship. What matters is to feel the littlest things and see life in a soft light. True. She took a dense breath and smiled again, gently but firmly, just as you did every time you resolved to pull yourself together and set off once more. The NHS building was already hustling as usual, which you habitually called a return to peaceful life. What do you plan on doing next? If possible, I'd like to go help gather energy for the instrument so that the lake and others can wake up from it sooner. As compensation, after that, I'll give you my own energy to them and return to complete dormancy. Solving problem is of course something Dreamseeker will do, but when it comes to the understanding life, you can't just rely on quickly absorbing theories without personal experience. Exactly, I've always been advocating for learning by doing. Right now, you're merely relying on memories of Dreamseekers to vaguely grasp their feelings. Only the principles you have personally put into practice can be considered truly understood, or even acknowledged. As it happens, the Data Research Institute needs a smart and studious student like you. I see a lot of potential in you. Professor was finding more assistants as diligent, earnest, bright, and driven as you. Your original purpose is for inventing. Was finding more assistants as diligent, earnest, and bright, and as driven as her your original purpose for inventing this device? No, of course not. Do you think I'm that terrible? Even if that were my purpose, so what? I'll just ask her directly. Do you have any objections to my proposal? Tilted her head to look at the calm girl, and pride left no room for refusal written all over her face. No, I'll go gather energy right now and help everyone wake up from the data facility as soon as possible. Great, you really are a reliable person of action, just like her. My judgment is never wrong. Looks like there'll be another, or even several dream seekers holding thick papers, repeatedly asking Person Youyun for a revision device. As if. Contact your sister Shinzue. If anything comes up, it's settled. Let's go, Professor. Professor's treating you to the first batch of butter bread from Sweet Tooth. You need to eat and have energy to do academic work. But if my memory serves me, my history with this instrument started with butter bread given by you, Professor. Professor Youyun, you don't have to have another idea, do you? Take a guess. Come on, keep up. And like that, we've reached our end. Our little happy labyrinth to this little tale. After a few days... my thesis passed the roots yesterday. I submitted my assignments. At a time like this, who can tell me what to do? Professor Youyun. Nothing to jolt you from your state of complete relaxation to seriousness, quite like seeing Professor's name pop on your chat app. Good morning, my lovely students. Have you had breakfast yet? It's nothing. I was just asking. You did a great job in the last paper. As professor, of course, I have to give you my hardworking, brilliant, and especially perfect student a little reward as encouragement. Could it be a vacation? Exactly. I prepared a brand new topic for you. She's reminding me to give you more opportunities to work independently, and I think she's absolutely right. The work of a college student never ends. Yes, I got my brains over what topics to choose from your new paper, and you lost my appetite. Finally hit me. I won't give you a topic again, just like this time. What do you think? Pure genius. I won't give you a topic this time. What do you think? Pure genius, right? Huh? I can see that joyful look in your face. Your growth makes your professor so proud. Alright, up to go freely enjoy this topic full of possibilities. Your trustworthy, highly reliable Professor Youyun. A long line of tasks flash before your eyes. An unfinished paper, the massive amount of resources to keep the device running, a new topic that while its full scope remained unseen, likely to be full of challenges. I better get out, I'm finished up acknowledgements. I need to wrap up this paper as soon as possible. I have time to prepare for next topic. You roll out of bed, sit at your desk, and open the file. Continue typing the last of my document. Now that I think about it, it was precisely a paper like this, without a topic assigned to me by a professor, that allowed me to find research its significance on multiple levels in the process of completing it. For example, just seeing every lovely version of yourself in everyday life, and through the experiences of these daily dream seekers, falling in love with your lovely life all over again. She turns to it. Why don't you take Layla into there to the florist? She smiles softly as if the most natural thing. Puts a bouquet of blue-colored lilies in the vase next to your TV before sitting down at your desk. Lilies, huh? That's right. Lay said these flowers bloom beautifully. Why don't we go on an outing? So she might want to gather data models and ask me to go get you first. Now let me see, you're writing... your cheeks flushed red as you immediately blocked the computer screen with your hand. I'll be on with the acknowledgements in a second. Shinzo, you can go find Lay and the others first. I'll see you at Research Institute. Are you sure you don't need your Shinzo to revise it for you? Who revises the acknowledgements section? Shinzo, I'll be done in a minute, really, so could you... I'll wait for your Sweet Tooth and pick up some snacks for the outing while I'm at it. Don't make me wait. Yes, of course. Thank you, Shinzo. The thoughtful scenery gently ruffled your hair. Clay closed the door and left the apartment. All these pictures, so cute. We got little baby figures too. They're so cute. I want them myself. So cute. I want these of all the characters. And of course, you have the little Youyun stamp, stickers. I think the first person I must thank for completing this paper is Professor Youyun. She put me in danger of the instrument and giving me a chance to experience an incredible adventure that goes far beyond the scope of the paper. Although she sometimes coincidentally stepped away when I needed her help, and sometimes stuck the wrong instructions on the equipment, forcing me to boldly experiment on my own. Never mind, I better cross those two lines out. However, it's exactly this unreliable trust that pushed me to muster up my courage and deal with emergencies, like data models appearing out of nowhere, factory robots going out of control. Perhaps this is Professor Youyun's unique teaching method, to learn by doing. I also want to give special thanks to my senior, Shinzue, whether it was demonstrating how to operate the device or showing what I had lost when I was my most helpless. Although she always seemed to suddenly appear right beside me, especially in my apartment, operating the instrument with her, getting teased by her from time to time, and those shy, awkward moments caught between her to hers. To me, they're all fond memories of this research. She is Man, she is smitten with Shinzo. Totally, I feel like... Of course I didn't forget to sincerely thank all the data models. The young person Youyun, I never imagined that even she could be frustrated when someone saw right through her. She told me to imitate her confidence during speeches. She also told me that since my efforts were beyond reproach and my research was rigorous and detailed, I should must have the courage to present it to everyone. And then there's the straightforward, easygoing, and forceful, energetic Shinzo. Her direct personality, incredible efficiency, and the vigor to smash through any obstacle deeply inspired me. Although I panicked when she almost sent the factory machine flying, solving problems with her made me realize I'm far stronger and more dependable than I thought. Being able to step up to critical moments and hold my own. Of course, can't forget to thank myself, or rather, us. The me who is always full of courage, daring to innovate during the preparation phase. The me who is always earnest and rigorous, ensuring quality during the research phase. The me who is always gentle and patient, practically solving every problem during the research phase. Of course, there's also the miraculously cute Lei, the dream seeker who feels lost yet suddenly pursues her goal. We all make up the indispensable part of me. Fortunately, the confrontation that caught me off guard eventually concluded on the heartwarming note. Perhaps life itself is full of confrontations and confusions, and sometimes we can neither predict the process nor determine the outcome. So life did not need to pursue call and ambition. In our everyday journey, we are already seeing it anew through our gentle and delicate lenses, giving it a meaning of its own. Last but not least, I can't think to forget her. I want to thank myself, who has always worked hard on studies and research, and who has kept moving forward, caring with a warmth for everyone, despite failure and uncertainty. Actually, what I should really be thankful for is that this happened early on a day off. Thank goodness no one saw the spectacle of the high energy conquest of Oxia. Done writing. Time to go out with my new friends. Oh wait, I almost forgot this. With utmost solemnity, you keyed in a line small text at the end of the acknowledgements. She who will continue to work hard at the Anti-Terrorist building in Oxia. The end. That was a nice story. Simple, yes. And while I may not be a factor gamer myself, I still had decent fun playing the game myself. But now that we have done it, maximum velocity. Oh, I can't wait till you have fun with that. So thank you, game, for giving me all that. But yeah, I enjoyed this little event. The story was nice and simple. Just a little filler episode, basically. In preparation for what I'm sure the next part will be probably something big. I had that sinking feeling inside me. But I still enjoy my time with it. And of course the rewards are always appreciated. So, I guess I'll go and wrap this up. Project Sia Data, Thesis Crisis. It was a fun event. And I appreciate it. And of course I always appreciate getting to see this CG anytime I can. It's a fantastic CG. Shinzo is so pretty. Absolutely love her. But that's where this will wrap up. Bye-bye for now.